Alright guys, so first off I'm priming my lids with my MAC paint pot in the shade Soft Ochre and just blending that in with my fingers, and I do like to set that with a translucent powder to take away the tackiness. And now I'm going in with my Motives Cosmetics Demure palette, and this is in the shade Bare, and I'm just starting to dust that into my crease. And as you can see, I'm kind of slowly taking that out into the outer V as well, and slowly starting to wing things out a bit just to get the base for that cat eye shape. And now I'm going in with this next shade from the Demure palette called Aura, and this is just a couple shades darker than that last soft brown color, and this is a little bit more cool toned. So I'm just taking that more into my crease and starting to bring some definition to the eyes. I'm also dusting that into the inner corner, and then I go back in with a fluffy brush and blend the two shades together. Now I'm going in with another Motives eyeshadow. This is in the shade Nutmeg, and this is more of a chocolate brown shade with a hint of shimmer in it. And I am just taking that to the outer V and really darkening things up a bit. I want to keep the eyes, fairly soft and nothing too dramatic because I want the focus to be on my winged liner. So now I'm going in with this muted gold tone from the Demure palette, and I'm just dusting that onto the lid. And now I'm going in with my Motives Cosmetics Gel Liner. This is in the shade LBD, and I am just starting to line the top of the lash line, and as you can see, I slowly start to wing things out. I start very slim with my wing, and then I build things up kind of to the thickness that I want. And I do like to go in and clean things up with some concealer as well, just to really sharpen up that wing. Now moving on to the face, I am priming my face with the Becca Ever Matte Poreless Perfector Primer, mostly in my T-zone. And then I'm mixing two foundations together. This is the NARS All Day Luminous Weightless Foundation with my Estee Lauder Double Wear. I like to mix the two together and then blend everything out with a damp beauty blender. And now I'm going in with my MAC Mineralized Concealer in the shade NW20 and just taking that to the under eye area. And I will also blend this out with a damp beauty blender. I'm using this concealer because I ran out of my all-time favorite, which is my Urban Decay Naked Skin. But anywho, now I'm going in with my MAC Prep and Prime highlighting pen in the shade Light Boost. I'm also taking that to the under eye area and to the center of the face just to really brighten things up. I really want a highlighted face with this cat look. So of course just blending things out with my damp beauty blender as well. And now I'm going to set all of the areas that I concealed with my Laura Mercier translucent powder. This is my all-time favorite to set the under eye area because I feel like it gives me less creasing throughout the day. And now I'm going in with my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish, I believe in the shade Medium Plus, and just setting the rest of my foundation. Now going in with my Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. I like to go in with the cool tone shade first and just kind of define the contour of my cheekbones with a smaller brush, and then I start to blend everything out with more of a domed brush. After I've really contoured out the hollows of my cheekbones, I like to go back in with that center shade called Shadow Play, and this is a lot more warm toned, and I like to blend out that cool tone shade and really warm up the face. And I'm using this awesome brush from Tarte. I think it's like the contour and bronze brush, but I have fallen in love with it. I love it for contouring and bronzing, and I'm just taking that warm shade around the perimeter of my forehead to the temples, around the chin and jawline. And I'm really going for a heavy contour with this look. I also contoured the nose a lot more heavily than I normally would, especially the sides of the bridge of the nose. I kind of widened the bridge just to kind of give you more of that cat effect, because leopards and cheetahs really have that wide, flat bridge. So I am going very heavy with the nose contouring, but again, tailor this to your own needs. And now I'm going in with that center shade called Lyric, just to brighten up the highlighted areas of our face even further. So just taking that to the under eye area, the cupid's bow around the nose, chin, and center of the forehead. And now I'm going back in with a Makeup Forever bronzer to bronze up my skin even further. I'm not using any blush for this look, and I feel like because it's a cat, you can just bronze up your skin to no end. Now I'm cleaning up the contour with my Laura Mercier translucent powder, and I'm going to let that bake. And for brows, I'm going in with my Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade as well as the Duo powder in dark brown. And I have a full brow tutorial up on my channel. If you're interested, I will list that down below. And now I'm going into my Motives Mavens Element Color Box, and I'm taking those two lighter cream shades and mixing them together. One is called Birch and the other is Shell. And then just blending out the area where my brow bone highlight meets my transition color, just to make sure everything transitions seamlessly. And now that my concealer is done, I'm going back into the under eye area. I'm using that first light brown shade and dusting that into the lower lash line. And then I am putting my Motives LBD gel liner into the waterline. And then I'm slowly going to start blending that down into the lash line with a pencil brush. You just want to smudge it all around. And then I'm going back in with a black eyeshadow from the Element Color Box and starting to blend that into the liner. That way it really sets everything in place and you get that nice smoky effect. And again, going back in with that light brown shade just underneath the black to really smoke things out. And for the inner corner, I'm using my Kat Von D tattoo liner in the shade Trooper just because it has such a fine tip, and I am slowly starting to wing out those inner corners. Just take your time with this. I shake so much, so it took me a while to be honest, but just take your time and clean things up with concealer if you need to. And for the nose, I'm going back in with the Motives Gel Eyeliner and just filling in the very tip and underneath my nose, and then I draw a vertical line down to my lip and starting to connect like a V shape just to the undernose area. And I also set that with a black eyeshadow just to keep everything in place. And now I decided to go in and just draw little dots on my upper lip area. I decided not to draw whiskers. I kind of like the way that the dots looked where the actual whiskers would come out of, but feel free to tailor this to your own need. And I'm going in with this Melody eyeliner. It's a gold eyeliner and it's not picking up very well on camera, but I'm just filling in the area where I want my spots and then going back in with the gel liner and just outlining these. And you can do different shapes. You want to do like horseshoes. You can line the circle on both ends. Just try and make it different. It doesn't have to be neat. As you can see, I just kind of sloppily did it real quickly. I feel like the less kind of uniform your pattern is, the more realistic it looks. And I took that down the side of my cheek and the side of my neck as well. And now I am lining my lips with the Kat Von D eyeliner in the shade Puro Amor, and then I will slowly fill in the entire lip as well. And now I'm going in with this NYX liquid liner in the shade White just for a couple details. I really wanted to give this kind of that cartoon effect. It really gives the lips kind of a glossy appearance even though they actually are matte, but I thought it looked really cool. And now I'm going in with Vintage Glam, which is a beautiful gold eyeshadow from Motives, and filling in the center of my cheetah spots. And now I'm going to go in with a NYX liquid liner that has some gold glitter and just fill in the center for a nice pop. But feel free to do the designs however you choose. And this is the completed look. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. Have a safe and fun Halloween. And don't forget to subscribe so you can catch my next Halloween tutorials.